What is up, YouTube? It is Drex and I am back with another video. So I haven't done one of these in a while where I talk about my favorite retro games, so why not? Let's go ahead and start this. So I got Rash Jailbreak. As I said in some of my previous videos, I like Rash 64 more, but this one I will say the graphics are a lot better compared to Rash 64. It kind of has the same mechanics in a lot of ways, a lot more options, but I personally will take Rash 64 over this. That's how much Rash means to me. Next up, I got Alundra. Sorry if the case, if you can't see it pretty well, the case is very, or I should say the booklet is holographic. So, yeah, I need to find a way to get my hands on the map that came with this game. I just got the booklet. I think if I could probably get lucky enough and find it on eBay, I might be good. But for the most part, love the game a lot. I beat it. I never got a chance to play Alundra 2, but wonderful game. Love it a lot. I beat this in my RPG years when I had a lot of time on my hands prior to being married and having a kid. Next up, we got Medieval. I got the remake. I still got to beat the remake, but man, this game was hard as hell to beat when I came back and played it. But I love Medieval. I grew up with it. I never got a chance to play the second one. Well, I played it, but I never beat it. Get too far in it. But love Medieval. I feel like the remake wasn't hyped up like it was supposed to be. I guess it got like a lot of average and below average reviews. But I enjoyed it. I mean, it felt like Medieval to me. But yeah, I got on my PlayStation 4. Next up, so I'm a Disney fan. I said it in my room tour. I'm not going to cap about it. But I got Aladdin, Naziro's Revenge. So this game takes place in between Return of Jafar and Prince of Thieves. And I think it was like in between that Aladdin, that 90s Aladdin series that was in between as well. I like the game a lot, but the ending didn't really satisfy me. I actually finally beat this game last year. I held it off since 2002. I don't know why, but when I finally got a chance to get around to beating it, I was like, I wasn't too satisfied with that ending. But nevertheless, I think this is one of the best Aladdin games you could ever get. Probably one of the best Disney games on PlayStation 1 next to Bug's Life for me. And that Toy Story 2 game. I like the Nintendo 64 port of that more, though. That Toy Story 2 game. Next up, Driver. I got this for literally for like $2 at half price books like many years ago. But very fun game. I prefer the PC port over it because what I used to do on my mom's old computer, I used to just play my music in the background over this. So I like have Tupac playing or Fat Joe or a lot, or any of my favorite rappers, or even my favorite punk bands and metal bands in the back while I was playing this. But yeah, fun game. I love Driver. I kind of lost interest in Driver after the Driver 3 game. It just kind of felt weird as hell to me. It felt like a GTA carbon copy. And the weird thing about it, it came out around the same time as True Crime Streets of New York, and that's like when Rockstar was already pissed off at Activision for copying that game. If you ever played through San Andreas and look at the billboards, you'll see like a True Crime laundromat ad. They took shots at Activision over that, but yeah, fun fact. Just thought I'd mention it. Next up, Gex. I love Gex. I like the 3D platformers more, but I did start with this game, I'll be honest. I remember when I would go to my cousin's house, they would have to always mute out his talking because he would curse. But it wasn't even like normal. Like he wasn't even cursing like that, honestly. But I mean, what's even more weird is that it was rated E for everyone. But I mean, even then, yeah, it's a lot of innuendos in the game. But me personally, I never heard him curse. I just heard adult innuendos, and I guess my uncle at the time, when my auntie was married to him, was like very strict about them playing games because he was aware of the ESRB rating and what they were putting in these games, but it still made no sense to me, and it was kind of obscure. But yeah, whatever. I like Gex. I hope that series kind of gets revived someday, or just make remakes of it. But that's what really got me off into PlayStation when that game. So this right here, the Namco Museum Volume 3. I'm gonna be honest. As a kid, I just like playing as a 3D Pac-Man going in the museum. But as I got older, I like the fact that I could play the arcade games on PlayStation 1 through this, because I now have appreciated them and played them. But I don't play this as much, but I just play it on my custom arcade when I can. The games on here like Miss Pac-Man, and Galaga, all those, Dig Dug. But pretty fun game. I mean, pretty fun to me, I guess. But yeah, keep it moving. Breath of Fire. This is another one in my RPG years that I ended up beating. I haven't played any more after this, but yeah, I put like, shoot, damn near 200 hours into this game. I gotta pull up. I hope my memory card data is still there, because if so, I'll put up a video talking about it, like how much I used to put in RPGs. Next up, Carnage Heart. Yeah, I don't know what the hell going on with PlayStation. I think they forgot about this game or just wanted to distance themselves away from it. But very fun mecha game. I enjoyed it a lot. Cool game. If you're into robots and stuff like that, or probably into Titanfall. Well, that's nothing like Titanfall, but it's like in the early stages, primitive as hell. But if overall, if you like mecha robots and destroying other robots and stuff with robots, yeah, check that game out. Next up, SpiderMan II. Now, what's weird, I own 2 copies of the first game, the Nintendo 64 version and the Dreamcast version. I honestly prefer the Nintendo 64 version, but that's because I played that one a lot more. That's all I could afford at the time, growing up with my mom. But, playing this one, it seems like a bit more difficult in a lot of ways. But I question a lot of things about this game, because this got delayed, got pulled back for many. I know I didn't get pulled back, but they had to change something up at the last minute. So I shouldn't be talking. I don't want to talk about political affairs like 9/11, but 9/11, I guess they had the Twin Towers in this game, and at the time of launch, I guess Activision was put under a lot of pressure to go ahead and take the Twin Towers out. So that's probably why this game probably cost a lot like it does, because of a little bit of the controversy that came behind it. But nevertheless, a fun game. The ending wasn't really satisfying for me, honestly. I think Activision had high hopes for that, but then around the time when, for the following year or a few months afterwards, because 2002 was right around the corner at the time, because that game came out in 2001. The Spider-Man movie with Tobey Maguire came out, the first one. So they kind of just said, the hell with it, and Activision focused on the movie games for Spider-Man. But next up, Parasite Eve. Now, though this is a horror game, I like playing this game around Christmas time, because the setting is in Christmas. It is around Christmas time when she goes to the opera. But yeah, I love Parasite Eve. I haven't really beat the second one, I never beat the third one that came out on PSP. I think it was called Birthday something, Final Birthday or something. But I heard that one didn't really get too much good reception. But I still need to beat the second one. Play through the second one and get it. I might buy the second one from an eBay seller. But very awesome game. I love Parasite Eve. That was like one of the first times playing an RPG like game with a gun, where you could shoot not animals, but monsters. I'm just gonna put these two together. But Mega Man X4 and X5. Not much to say. I'm not a big Mega Man guy, but I love the hell out of the X series all the way up to X7. I kind of just stopped playing them after X7. I believe I know it was one on the PlayStation 2. I can't remember which one it was. Where they introduced a new character, but I remember renting it from Blockbuster, and then I ended up owning it, and I just kind of brushed the game off to the side. I wasn't a big fan. I just only played it because I love playing as Zero. Now, granted, even though I'm a Zero fanboy, Zero, I still like playing as Mega Man, and that kind of took the joy away from me. I just only like playing through swapping out Zero, and I just used the hell out of Zero in those. Final Fantasy Tactics. Not much to really say about this. I mean, this is a important one for anyone who owns PlayStation or if you have the Game Boy Advance. I think this was ported to PSP as well, but you know, it's not hard to get your hands on this one. So, like any 90s kid, such as myself, we all grew up on this damn show, whether you had cable or not, but everybody knows this show, Reboot. The weird thing about this game, when you open up the booklet, look what's advertised. Oh, damn it. Look what's advertised on it. The first Diablo game. But, you know, I thought it was cool to mention. But, yeah, anyway. Yeah, I love Reboot. I never really finished the series like that. I need to probably do it. But, yeah, Reboot, awesome show. Awesome game. It kind of really tries to stick to the story, even though it's different. You know, it kind of, even though it's probably not canon at all, it really stays faithful to the show and the game, and I like it a lot. And weird thing about it, I didn't realize EA was responsible for this. Electronic Arts. And yet they're advertising. Yeah, they are. They were responsible for the first Diablo as well. That's crazy. I wish I had the case for this, but I don't. So you're probably gonna have to see like my ghetto tacky case I got for that. But at least it's protected. Apocalypse. God damn it. So this is the game where you play as Bruce Willis. It's like a 3D Contra in a lot of ways, and it's like weird with the controls. Like you're using the R1, R2, R1, L1, R2 triggers in the back for shooting and stuff, or to jump and whatnot. Very weird controls, but once you get the hang of it, you get used to it. It's kind of like that damn Ghost in the Shell game I got on PlayStation 2. I'm actually going to do a video, when my next uploads come out, I'm going to do a video talking about my favorite PlayStation 2 games, and that Ghost in the Shell game is going to be up in there. It's going to be mentioned in it. But yeah, it has weird controls, and yeah. Very crazy. Another awesome Activision game, but yeah, once you get the hang of the controls, you'll be good to go. But it's not like a standard shooter. Like they tried to like really give you like the arcade kind of feel in this, but yeah, I'm more so. If you got downtime to beat it, play it. I never beat it though, but awesome game worth mentioning. Parappa the Rapper. Not much to say. You know, this is like, I used to play the hell out of this. The mall we had over here, I used to go to every time we would stop in the Sears. Shout out to Sears, man. Like, believe it or not, Sears is where I really got exposed to a lot of video games. Because, like, where we would enter in the mall, we would go right to the video game kiosks. And, like, in the electronics section, where my mom would take me into the mall. But every time I would go up to the PlayStation 1, if the Sega Saturn kiosk or Genesis or Nintendo 64 kiosk was occupied, because, man, I swear, I was like a little kid, and like I used to have to fight against teenagers to claim one of those damn kiosks. It was like an arcade, just to play some damn demos. But I always chose this, and I never knew how to operate the controls. Like, you know, every time the Onion Kung Fu Master would say kick, punch, I used to just like mash the buttons like crazy, where Parappa will go kick. But yeah, awesome game. Love Parappa. I never really played the second one. I want to check that one out though. But yeah, love Parappa. Love Lemmy Jam as well, but more of a Parappa guy. Next up, we got Fear Effect. I need to check out 2 as well, but this is an awesome game. This is another one of those games that had the fixed camera angle on it, but it's very awesome. It was like released in the later years of the PlayStation 1, like, but you know, it was like one of these games where it has like the comic book kind of feel, like 13, you know, cartoony comic book feel. But you know, pretty awesome game. It's not like a survival horror, but I would say it's more noirish, dystopian noirish kind of game. But very awesome game. Check it out if you can get a chance. Oh damn, I forgot this game was 4 discs. But a very awesome game. Never really beat it. Haven't beat it yet. I probably got some save data. I know I was probably damn near far. I know it was all the way up to disc 3. So how could I not mention Tomb Raider? Now Tomb Raider 2 I know is very talked about and very popular, but this one, this kind of solidified me getting into the Tomb Raider series because I did not like the first one, to be honest. As a kid, it was so difficult as hell for me to maneuver and operate it. But I guess when I played through the training and stuff, where don't call me a jerk, I used to trap the butler all the time because the butler used to freak me out as a kid. And I remember trapping him, and I can't remember how I trapped him. I think it was in that damn freezer, or it was probably in between like some boulders or something, because he would follow me wherever I went. But anyway, getting back to it, this kind of solidified me into understanding the controls a lot better. I beat it with my cousin like many years ago, like decades ago. But very awesome game, love it a lot. My other cousin, his brother used to always talk about how hot Laura was, and it's crazy, going back and playing this game now and seeing the graphics that were then, like people was attracted to those 64-bit goods. So, I'm going to put these two together, actually. So, I'm a big X-Men fan. If you saw my damn game tour video, you see I have a whole bunch of X-Men stuff. So, I had to mention these games. Mutant Academy 1 and 2. So, I like 2 more because it has more variety of characters, like Nightcrawler, Gambit. You have to unlock Psylocke and Juggernaut. But I used to play the campaign for hours, and it's a very awesome game. I love it a lot. But I have to go where this started. This one came around the time the X-Men, very first X-Men movie came out with Hugh Jackman. I like it a lot. I like them both equally. At this point now, I'm an adult. But if you wanted to play me in one of these, I would choose this one first. So that's just how it has to go. I'm sorry. But, yeah, love the X-Men Mutant Academy games. I think these honestly were like the best X-Men games we could have ever gotten. Next to that Wolverine Origins game that was for that crappy Wolverine movie. I don't think that movie was really that bad, but it was crappy. I have to admit. But, yeah, with the crappy Deadpool. I'm so glad they're making fun of that with Ryan Reynolds now. So... Oh, also X-Men Legends as well. I forgot to mention those. I played the hell out of those. I got those on my Xbox. I love playing those locally 4-player. But yeah, awesome games. So, I love WuTang Clan. And I have a soft spot for this game. I'll be honest, it does feel like a Mortal Kombat ripoff with the WuTang Clan members in it. It really does. I actually tried to go out of my way to get that uncomfortable ass Wu-Tang PlayStation 1 controller, but man, that's worth so damn much. I'm not even gonna go out of my way to like try and get that off of a scalper off of eBay. But yep, Shaolin style, awesome game. You get to hear music from Wu-Tang Clan while decapitating your other favorite Wu-Tang Clan member if you playing 2-player with a friend or if you are going through the campaign. But awesome game. Last but not least, Rival Schools. So this isn't exactly the art. I'm just going to be honest. Like, it doesn't even come with a booklet. This is as best as I could get, honestly, when I went to a toy shop a long time ago up north here. Yeah. But it got the original disc. I guess the case is like worth $40 to $50, and I haven't gotten around to trying to buy it yet, nor do I care. But I love Rival Schools. Rival Schools and Project Justice, they're my games. Love them to death. I tried, my son actually witnessed me playing Project Justice on my arcade stick on my Dreamcast like a few weeks ago, and he came over and crawled under me and started playing on the arcade stick with me. So while we was fighting, but fighting the computer, but I guess he's getting warmed up to fighting games and arcades and stuff. I think he just likes the feel of arcade. He likes the feel of the arcade sticks compared to like a regular controllers. Like he's now when I have him in here, he likes touching my controllers and stuff. And he likes moving the analog sticks around and tapping the buttons repeatedly. And this is like an 8-month-old baby doing this. But he seems to like that. So I mean, it keeps him calm. I have no complaints. I'd rather have him do that than running around his room hurting himself. But yeah, he caught me playing Rival Schools one day, and he was just he came right up to me and started touching my controller and trying to fight the other characters. But yeah, love Rival Schools. Very awesome game. I wish Capcom would have done more with this, but I don't think they're really worried about this anymore. The main focus is probably Street Fighter at this point, and doing some of the crossovers with the Darkstalkers characters because those are still fairly popular. But yeah, other than that, that's all. I do like the Crash games. I like the Final Fantasy games. I have a lot of other games I could have mentioned. You know, I do have a lot more favorites than those. But I thought those were worth mentioning because a lot of those aren't probably as talked about as much. Next, probably with the exception of Parappa the Rapper and Breath of the Fire 3. But yeah, just thought I'd mention those. Do a quick video on that. But other than that, this is Drex and I'm out. Let me know how you feel about the video. Like, dislike, and make sure you subscribe to my channel if you like more of my content.